Yo, what's going on, guys? It's LSK, and this is Dissidia Duellum Final Fantasy. I know from the last video, which I can't even tell you how long ago that was, I know I said the next day we would be going over the website and the Twitter about everything that's been going on as far as like what the game is, the characters and things like that. But we're doing that today. A lot of stuff happened in between now and then, so one thing being that gotten our closed beta invites to those who are actually getting to play the game early, which funny enough, it's actually tonight that the game, the beta starts. But you can see here that from their Twitter that the invite codes to the beta test have been sent to make sure you check your spam folders. But this is the Dissidia website. The music playing is from the website also. It's probably just audio tracks from the game. We'll see later on tonight once we actually get in. These are the 10 characters that they will have. But on release of the beta is what I'll say for right now. Here we do have the systems. The systems being how the game is functioning, the different mechanics of the game, things of that nature. Where on the left we have the simple controls for exhilarating action, and on the right it's defeat the giant boss before the enemy team. So they do have the battle flow here. The first thing you want to start doing is accumulating bravery. You'll see the numbers here for your AI teammates, and then for yourself, your CPU teammates and yourself will have what's called a bravery meter, and that number can go up to a maximum of 9999. You would hunt the monsters near a crystal to purify it. Once you purify it, you gain lots of bravery. Once you have enough bravery, you can do something called a bravery burst. And it says unleash your power at maximum bravery to deal damage against the boss. But as far as the third one, we have launch a full force attack against the boss. And once we have our burst, you can use powerful abilities to defeat the boss faster than the enemy team. And you can see how much health your boss has versus what the enemy has, and it's basically a race to see who can finish theirs first. Next we have abilities. We can acquire abilities to get the upper hand in battle, where numerous ability illustrations newly drawn by popular artists, and here are the different ones that you can see. This one is the Warrior of Light. We have Minwu here. This is Renoa, which is another character that we currently know is in the game. Same with the Warrior of Light. And this is Grand Lethal for Zidane. So the game also comes with the characters, how do I say this? The roster comes with 4 different roles. Roster being the list of characters we can play as. And each role is going to be specializes in doing different things. Whereas here you can see the melee it's high in stats, particularly in offensive power, and it leads the way for the front line. So it's kind of like they might just end up being the tank, stand in the front line, take up a bunch of damage, but also can deal it out. Next we have the range, which is a longer range for normal attacking abilities, and they want us to try to strike from the back lines, whether that's ours or our opponents. I'm pretty sure that's talking about ours. Mainly because the next role we have is the agile role, where we can dash, where they can dash with their unique ability and wreak havoc on the battlefield with high mobility. As far as the support, possesses tools to support allies, leverage each character's unique characteristics to your advantage. As far as customization, we do have outfits. You can see here that Terra has, 3? She has, 2. She has 2 separate outfits, one being the cardigan, like the school cardigan outfit that you see here, and then the bottom 3 outfits being her outfit from, I believe she was Final Fantasy 4? I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, y'all let me know in the comments what game she was actually from. But you can see here she does have the 2 outfits. Each outfit does have 3 separate color variations. And then from there, with the outfits, we also have Memorias. Memorias, you can acquire Memoria scenes from the Final Fantasy series as rewards, and you can set them to boost your character's stats. After that, we have the background music, which is what you're hearing now. You can obtain music tracks from the Final Fantasy series, and there are arranged versions to elevate your battles. Meaning, during the battle, you can set your battle music and your menu music for each character and the menus to hear exactly what you want. It's kind of like a jukebox feature. So during the last trailer that we saw, we did see that different areas of the games were being shown, and each time an area was shown, we had different lines of text. What we're seeing now is the full culmination of all the different messages together. So we can see that it says a giant crystal appears in the city of Tokyo. The blue glowing crystal blended into the daily life and became a familiar presence. However, those peaceful times came to a sudden end. Strange monsters appear from a mysterious, menacing energy polluting the crystal, driving humanity to despair. As terror dominates the city, armed warriors emerge, as if they were answering to a cry for help. As they conceal their identities and quickly disappear after a battle, people began to call them ghosts. Here we have the 10 different characters, each inside their, you can see their original game titles from each. Okay, so again, I was wrong. It's Kane, who was from 4, Cryo from 5, and Terra from 6. That's my fault. But again, you can see every character that is available on release being these 10 here, where we have Warrior of Light. We have Warrior Light from Final Fantasy 1, Kane Highwind from 4, Cryo from 5, Terra from 6, Cloud from 7, Renoa from 8, Zidane from 9, Lightning from 13, Gaia from FF14, and Prompto from 15. And we know that more characters will be released per the trailer, or the reveal trailer that they showed. But each character, we can see their roles once we click on them, and you can also see that we can see their regular outfit plus their well, I said it backwards. We have their regular outfit here along with their new modern day outfit. So we can see that we have a savior of a world tainted by darkness, Warrior of Light, and Warrior of Light is going to be a support role. Characteristics is a versatile unit who provides support to allies but also stands strong on the front lines. His passive, we can see the passives here. Alright, I'm gonna speed this up. I'm going to show you the character. I'm gonna read their role, their passive, and their unique ability. And then we're gonna keep this pushing. So we have passives for Warrior of Light, where his passive reads Light's Blessing, where we increase the attack of nearby allies. He has a unique ability where his Shield of Light, he can hold it and it decreases damage taken by all allies by 15%. Oh, we actually have a number percent too for these. Nice, okay. So here we have Kane Highwind, where this is his modern day versus his original. Kane is a melee character, it's a warrior who specializes in closing in the gap between himself and semi-distant foes. He has a passive called Honor of Dragons, where he increases the attack when unique ability. Whoa, my fault. He has a passive Honor of Dragons, where he increases attack when unique ability attack lands. Okay, so whenever his unique ability down here lands, he gets a attack buff. Cool. So his unique ability is called Jump, where you hold it, you leap forward and launch nearby foes into the air. Okay. That's fine. And then I'm pretty sure you can just combo from there or use other skills to keep granting bravery or dealing damage. Next we have Cryo. She's a support unit. A support character who can excel at healing and bolstering allies as well as sharing her bravery. Okay, so again, like I said before, we did have supports who were able to increase bravery per attack, heal, and now we know which they can share their bravery. And she has a passive where it's called Inherit Hope, and it increases bravery gained by the team when purifying a crystal. So I hope this is like the team, like if the team purifies the crystal, the team also gets this, versus her being the one that needs to purify it. It would just work out better that way, in my opinion. And then she has a unique ability, Encourage, where you can hold the ability to continuously give your bravery to allies. Where, let's say it's 50 bravery per second. For an example, let's say it's 50 bravery per second. It would probably give out 25 to each, like split it evenly. But if one character is down, it might just give the full 50 to one character instead of still that 25. Next character we have is Terra. You can see her outfit here and the original, where Terra is a ranged unit, a long-range attacker who can protect herself by launching foes into the air. So it's more like crowd control, I'm guessing. She has a passive half Esper, decreases cooldown time of fire abilities. Okay, that's pretty cool. So she's like a fire mage. And then her unique ability is called Tornado, where she holds it to launch nearby enemies into the air. So I'm thinking it's more like CC, where like let's say Kayn is coming toward her, or like lightning coming toward the backline. You can use your tornado to knock them up into the air, kind of like CC, and then you can just start spamming your fire abilities to burn them down. I don't know if like how it is in 14 with black mages, where, or even red mages, where you have to stand still to cast your abilities, well, cast the magic. She might just be able to kite enemies, where she can run away while the enemy's knocked up in the air and still use her ability. Where she can run away and still use her abilities while the enemies are knocked up into the air, which I feel as though might be pretty cool. Might be annoying, but it's better than just knocking them up and now you gotta sit there for 3 seconds and cast every ability, fireball, like, you see what I'm saying? Next we have Cloud. Cloud is a melee character, a well-rounded fighter, a well-rounded fighter who can combat enemies in a range of situations. So this is probably just your Swiss Army knife character, the main character who can just potentially do any and everything. He has a passive where he does increased damage dealt to bosses, and a unique ability called Ascension, where you hold the ability to charge a great distance forward, then unleash repeated attacks that launches foes into the air. So another displacement ability. We do see his outfit here with the ripped jeans, the long jacket, shirt, and the boots, and then the first class outfit. Next we do have Renoa. And again, this video might be a little long, but again, this is everything you need to know before the game releases, that we know so far, before the game releases and the beta release tonight. But yeah, this is Renoa. She's a ranged unit and is a unit who possesses a hidden power and ample area attacks. So whereas Terra can displace enemies and spam fire, we see she gets an increased bravery bonus when she respawns. Okay. And she has a hold ability that warps you forward. I feel as though this is a little crazy because in my head I see this, oh, okay, well, you hold the ability, you just go forward. But what if you turn your camera and you're holding that ability? Now you're gaining some distance from the enemies who are still coming at you. Cool. Granted, this won't even... I still don't know whether there's PvP. Because we do know, like, there are enemies that spawn. You know what? I'm gonna save that for later. That's scatterbrain. Let's stay focused. Um, but yeah, we know she her attacks will be AoE, where it says ample area attacks. She has increased bravery when she spawns, so it's gonna take less attacks for her to get to maximum, so she can start using her burst. And yeah, she can actually run away with a good amount of distance. I can show you the character abilities once we move over to the Twitter, and you can see each character and their abilities, how they are going to end up playing. But we'll probably do that once we're done with these characters. But here's Renoa in her modern day outfit versus her original. It's not too much of a difference, if any difference at all. Next we do have Zidane. And Zidane is an agile unit. He is a thief, adept at stealing bravery and hindering the competition. Okay, so it's not looking like the bravery, stealing, and debuffs are toward the support role, but towards the agile role. Where Zidane now has a Zidane has a passive where he can increase his movement speed when his HP is 40% or lower. And he has a unique ability where you can hold it to dash and steal bravery from the foes in front of you. But it won't work on enemies who are in bravery burst. Next we do have Lightning, which I do believe from what I've seen she's an agile unit. An expert at swiftly moving about the battlefield and taking down enemies. She can increase damage dealt to monsters. So just the regular monsters that spawn, she does extra damage to those, but not bosses. Whereas Cloud does have that, but not to, well, we don't even know if it's, well, no, it specifically says bosses. So it probably just won't be the monster. So her and Cloud's passive are, I don't want to say vice versa, but kind of mirror each other. She does have a unique ability to where she can hold it and dash and repeatedly attack nearby enemies. Okay. Okay. I don't know how I really feel about that. She might just be like a farming enemy, try to get to max bravery as fast as possible, spamming her unique on small enemies, whereas other characters try to work on the crystal. Okay, and next we do have Gaia. Gaia is a melee character who is an expert at bolstering her action speed and other stats while weakening enemies. Oh, so Gaia is a debuffing character. Whoa. Okay, wait. That might not be debuffing. Weakening might just mean lowering their... Oh, this might be PvP. If this means weakening enemies in the sense of other player characters, then I do think this is like health related and not bravery related, or it might still be bravery and just not. Okay, so with Dissidia, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to say this, because dealing damage to an enemy can lower their bravery and you gain bravery off of that, but it's not bravery stealing, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, let's say you hit an enemy, you hit them and they lose 100 bravery and you're gaining 50. Cool. This is all hypothetical. Whereas let's say Zidane uses an ability, Zidane hits for 100, right? He has his steal ability where he's stealing bravery. Let's say normally that hits for 100 and it steals a bonus 50, and now you also gain he hits for 100 and he steals a bonus 50. Now you would get that regular 50 like how Gaia is getting, and then that additional 50 that he stole. So it's levels to it. So I do believe this is just her being able to hit enemies a little harder, reducing their bravery, not fully stealing it where she's gaining extra off of that. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there, but Gaia does have a passive to where she can increase her defense while her action speed is increased, which works really well with her unique ability where she can hold it and increase her own action speed. So you would hold it, her cooldowns are now lowered, and now she has increased defense, so she can stay in the fight longer, slug against the enemies, and do what she needs to. Gaia is another character where this is her modern outfit, and this is her like her current outfit back in 14. It's not really much to it. Like, they got rid of the cloak, and it's basically almost the same outfit. It's kind of the same. I don't know. Some of these feel like more thought out than others, and others just feel lazy. There's Prompto. Next we have Prompto. He is a ranged unit, a specialist at coordinating attacks with allies thanks to his range of attack methods. Okay. He has a passive that can increase damage during a burst chain, and he has a unique ability where he can hold it, continuously attack enemies in front of you, and you can swipe to adjust your aim. So I feel as though you can hold it with one button, right? You're holding the attack button, and you can use your other thumb to move the screen to making sure you land your attacks. I don't have too much to say about Prompto. I would have to physically see his gameplay to know. We can just move on to the Twitter now. I do have some tweets already pulled. Here we do have a tweet from them. Tetsuya Nomura, creative producer for Dissidia Duellum Final Fantasy, has shared a special message for this new entry in the Dissidia series. And the message reads, "It's been a while, everyone. This is Nomura. With the announcement of a new Dissidia title, I'd like to take a look back on the history of the series." And they're letting us know this is the Japanese versions for the release years. Whereas the original Dissidia released back in 2008. Then we had our second title in 2011, where it was Dissidia Duellum. In 2015, in Japan, they had the arcade release for the Dissidia series. In 2017, we had the release of the mobile game Opera Omnia. And in 2018, we had Dissidia NT, which was released. I don't particularly know if it was also an arcade game for them over in Japan, but for us, like in America, we had that release on PlayStation for us, PS4. And considering that this is the fourth installment, Opera Omnia, was active until 2024, it certainly feels like Dissidia has become a constantly ongoing series. Miss it. Dissidia is the first of many crossover titles in the Final Fantasy series. Oh, my fault. Let me reread that. Dissidia, the first of many crossover titles in the Final Fantasy series, was born from the ambitious spirit of our young staff members who wanted to challenge themselves. Duellum, the sixth installment in this series, which is the game we're getting ready to play, and the one we're talking about today. Duellum is the sixth installment in the series, and as you can see from the world setting and visuals, it is another aspiring title packed with many new undertakings and ways for the staff to challenge themselves. While our commitment to perfecting this new title will continue, we've successfully reached a point where we feel players would enjoy it too. We hope you would give it a try during the closed beta test, so we can gather your thoughts and feedback to help launch the game in its best state possible. There are still more things about this entry I'm eager to share, but I will save that for another time. We hope to see you all in Dissidia Duel. Here we have what was shown to be the battle flow, where they, we saw the. Oh, wait. Okay, this is important. This is what again, we did go over this, yes, but now you can see here, he was attacking, won the crystal, but then he moves on to start attacking Prompto. So we can see there is PvP in this game. which this is the main thing that I've been waiting on to see. But yeah, other than that, we have the battle flow where you accumulate the bravery. Once you hit max bravery, you activate your bravery burst, and while your burst is active, you can use attacking abilities to deal damage to the boss. And that last line is very important to note, because down here they added an extra note to that. You can't deal damage to the boss without the bravery burst. So you need to hit 999 bravery. And once you do, it's probably smart for you to immediately activate your burst and then go toward the boss to, you know, burst him down. Here we have the abilities, characters. Okay, so these are good to note. Characters can equip 5 abilities, including abilities of any character can be used, as well as character-specific abilities. Simply flick an icon to automatically lock onto and attack a target that's within range. But I feel that this is implying that all of the abilities have like auto aim, like it'll attack the nearest enemy. Freely customize your loadout with various attack, healing, and support abilities, then charge into battle. And what we can do is actually watch each of these character trailers. Okay. One thing I do want to note is that this first one that he's using is Minwu's teleport, so it's not one that's specific to him. This is just a ability that's not locked to Warrior of Light. Granted, you won't be using this as a burst ability once you do have it, because it's not Warrior of Light like we found out before. But yeah, he does use it to auto lock onto a crystal, and then from there he starts using those abilities to lower or break down the crystal. Once he hits burst, you can see here, again, the burst isn't here. I know it might look a little blurry. That's not on me. It's a Twitter thing. I apologize, or X. But you can see here that you do have the burst abilities to now start bursting down the boss or dealing damage to the boss. Sorry. Next character is Kane. Okay. I want to say this is his, what did he use? What? Oh, he just held the screen. So you're holding the screen to use it. I thought you would hold, obviously it says burst here, but I thought you would hold this like before it says burst to use your uniques. But even then, what I want to see, it might just be a dev thing, knowing the range. But he held it and was able to lock, I don't want to say lock onto, but he was able to hit the enemy when he landed for his jump ability. Next we do see he's just using basic attacks. He uses his he used the vigilant skill, and that allowed him to backdash, and then he popped what was the name of it? Right, because he saw that he was getting ready to, the enemy was getting ready to swing. He pops vigilant, which allows him to backdash, and then he uses spiral blow to get back into the enemy, stunning them. Okay, so it is, I think you do need to be mindful of what skills you are putting onto your characters, because some of this stuff is pretty cool, of chaining, like being able to chain together. Okay, so for Cryo, we can see after this intro that she's using her hold skill and she's sharing her bravery. I'm not about to sit here and calculate how the you know, 500 to 25 thing, but From there, you can see that her bravery was going down, whereas theirs were going up. From here, she uses one of her cards to use an AoE field, and you can see at the very end that not only did it heal her, but the enemies who are all, not enemies, but her allies who are all the way at the crystal from this range are also getting healed. So it's a pretty nice ability to have if you plan on playing Cryo. Next is Terra. My fault. Start that. Ooh. Okay. So we know she was using, I don't remember what her passive is. Because she's using, right here, she's using her hold skill. Right? And her passive allows her, or not her passive, but her unique. Oh, she's launching an enemy up into the air. I didn't. Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, she holds it, and then once she releases it, that's the tornado that launches the enemies. And from here, she is in burst. Whoa. She was in burst, and you can see that the burst is doing damage to what I take is the boss, because you can see the damage number up here on the boss meter. But what we can see now is that there's also something called a burst chain. And what I think is, Lightning and Terra are both in burst at this moment, and both of them attacking the boss. Now, I don't know if this increases the damage that both of them are doing on the boss because of the two skills hitting, and I'm guessing at the same time. I don't know if that's increasing the damage or if it's just something to note that, you know, the boss is taking damage from both of them that are in burst. But that'll be something that I look to note on like once we have the beta in front of us in a couple hours. Next we do have Cloud, and I'm gonna try to get through these a little faster. I know this video might be a little long, and this might be my third time saying it, but again, this is everything. Okay. Yeah, so we see, I don't think Cloud has an ability for bravery, but you can double check. I don't remember anything saying that. Yeah, it doesn't. So I don't particularly know what that was in the beginning where you see the brave on him, right? And he gets that bonus. It might be a card or equipment that he has on him, but you can see he uses sprint to dash in, and he uses another card that allows him to use a large AoE. Again, uses sprint, uses a bunch of basic attacks. He uses braver, and that puts him in the, well, does it put him in burst? Oh, he was already in burst. So he was hitting the boss with you know, burst damage. One thing that I hope that they would have done for that trailer was show, like, again, he used braver on the boss. I wish he used braver on the enemy before instead of the little AoE move, to show that there was like an increase of damage between the two, because he does do increased damage to bosses. But yeah, next character we have is Renoa. Nice. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. They're using an emote, but the battle was already started, so it's fine. They're just showing off the emotes. It's not major. But here we can see her unique. Again, the longer she holds it, the farther she was going, right? So she starts, holds it, and you can see it just goes out. And then when she releases it, now she's at where it ended. We can see her doing an AoE skill. One thing that I do want to note, that they're not telling us these things, but it's things that we can notice from these videos, is that when she uses her frigid rain, you can see that the 4 enemies, granted, again, might be a little blurry, but there were 4 enemies here. She uses the frigid rain, deals damage. Cool, but what it's not dealing damage to is the crystal. And it's not until those enemies are gone that the crystal came down, and now we're able to damage that. So that is something, you know, we need to keep in mind. Defeat the enemies, hit the crystal, purify the crystal. Once the crystal's purified, we gain bravery burst into start fighting the boss. Speaking of bravery burst, we saw that she was able to use meteor, and she is in burst and does massive damage to the boss there at the end. Next character we do have is Zidane. Okay, let me look at Zidane's skill again, because he did use his hold skill. And I'm pretty sure that's the one that like steals, yeah, dash and steal bravery from the foes in front of you. Okay, so where was it? The fight starts, he uses barrier, okay, which is what that was. And that there was the hold skill for the bravery steal. Sleight of hand does increased. He reaches 999 and was able to go into burst. Has a burst chain with cloud. Again, don't know if it does extra damage because it's a chain, but it does look like when both of them are attacking, that does trigger. Next character we have is Lightning. Okay. I wonder if you get bravery for emoting, because like we know that's an emote. Was that the hold skill? Hold on. Yeah, it was the hold skill. And it does an AoE, just making sure. I know we just went over it, but you know, just want to make sure we know what's happening. So dash and repeatedly attacks nearby allies. Okay, so it's just an AoE skill up for our hold. Does some normal attacks. Army of 1. Oh, that's a big damage. Oh, okay. That's neat. Oh, okay. So she might just actually be an assassin. Oh, okay. So 2 things I want to note here is that, let me go, actually, I can show it here. Both Cloud and Zidane were knocked out from that attack, but we see, well, that this is the symbol for them being out of the game. But we can see that when she does, right, she was only at what looked to be 1,000. I just want to make sure. Yeah, she was only at 1,000. Zidane was in burst. So Zidane had max like 999 bravery. And she was able to take him out while he was in burst, and she then had max bravery. So I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 thing or a passive to Army of 1, the card that she used to knock out Zidane. But if every character can just knock out a character and then take their bravery, this game is a lot. It might be a little more team deathmatch than I thought. Granted, we are on a timer, and I do believe whoever has done the most damage to their boss does win the match if the time does run out. But yeah, that wasn't nuts. That was nuts, because you do start with 1,000 bravery. At least if we're following how previous Dissidia games are. But yeah, So next character we have is Gaia. Okay, again does the emote, brave, cool. That was a skill that looked to slow down the enemies, right? Because you can see now that they're moving in slow motion. Does an AoE to knock out Warrior of Light, has the bravery, and when she knocks out the crystal, it gave 3,600 bravery to her entire team. Now she's in burst, attacking the boss, what looks to be her UR card. Okay, and just does damage to the boss at the end. Okay, so I was wrong. She is looking like she is debuffing enemies. Next character we have is Prompto. I do believe he's the last character also. Okay, one thing again, bravery emote, cool. Okay, so I wasn't noticing. I was hoping it was the card, but Prompto is just a basic Call of Duty character. That bomb he threw, you can see here, paralyzed the enemies, so they're not able to move. Granted, I don't know if you're going to be able to do this to other player characters, but as far as the monsters on field, they are debuffed. And he's using a hold attack to just, instead of a basic attack, he's holding down the screen and just mowing down the enemies who are here with low HP to get the bravery. And then from here, you see he's still in burst, using an ult to deal extra damage at the end there. Okay. Yo, okay, so this tweet, it says compete against other players and raise your rank in season ranked battles. Customize your build and aim for the top. So we can see what looks to be us starting at bronze 4, and this is just speculation. I can be 100% wrong, and I'll own up to that at a later date. But what looks to be bronze 4 trying to move up to bronze 3, 2, then 1, and then silver, and then whatever numbers are in silver to then progress. But it does look like you start at bronze 4 and then move up. This is just me speculating based on other ranked games that I've played before. Next we have the challenges. Okay, so I was a little confused at first when I read this. But the tweet reads, challenges are single player battles with CPU controlled allies and rivals where you aim for victory while clearing objectives. Earn rewards like enhancement materials and draw tickets, as well as music tracks and other FF series to customize your battle playlist. The main thing that was confusing me was CPU controlled allies and rivals, where the tweet that was under it was saying that we're playing against other players. So it was a little contradictory, but what I think this is that there is a challenge mode, and you're completing objectives in that mode and then getting said rewards for said objectives in those challenges, which other games have that. It's perfectly fine. I have no problem with it. I just wanted to make sure we all knew. Okay, here they're just talking about the outfits. Yeah, they're just saying once you obtain it, you can change the look of it. This is letting us know that the applications ended in 2 days. This is the final day for the applications for the closed beta. And this is them thanking everybody for signing up. Cool. This is the tweet that I read earlier where they were saying that they gave out the emails for the... That was the tweet that they were saying they gave out the emails for the closed beta test. This tweet, this is them saying that this is the exact time for the beta. So if you wanted to know the exact time for the beta, granted, I probably put a time step in the video for this, but the closed beta begins tomorrow, which is November 7th, right, at 3 a.m. UTC. You need to make sure you know what time it actually starts for you. For me, it starts 9 p.m. tonight, and I am in Central. So just make sure you calculate what actual time it is. So it is, this is just letting them know to be sure you can pre-download the app now if you did get in, and it only takes about 5 minutes to fully install it and get to where it tells you, hey, it's still under maintenance up until it's actually out. Okay, and these are the last 3 tweets, and from there we're just gonna end the video. But if you've enjoyed the video so far, please give me a like, a follow. I said a follow, wow. Please give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, if you actually got in. If you didn't, I will be live on Twitch. Link will be in description. Twitch, I'll have it up on the YouTube and on TikTok, so all of those will be in the description. But yeah, let's get to these last 3 tweets. So these are for the closed beta, and they have 3 useful info tips. First one being that the Warrior of Light, Terra, Cloud, and Lightning are the starter characters for each role. You can unlock any one of them during the tutorial, and the other 3 as you progress through the game. Try each one of them to get a feel for each. For a feel for each role. Okay, so when you start the game, you're just selecting your starter character. And you can choose what outfit you want them in. Okay, so that is something to note. Make sure you know which outfit you also want, because you may not be able to swap this later. Here we have characters other than the Warrior of Light, Terra, Cloud, and Lightning appear in the tutorial's character draw. You can retry it as many times as you like, so try aiming for your favorite character. And this is what you can see is as far as the summoning animation. Whereas and here you can see you get Zidane. However, what you also need to notice, this also gave Zidane, but in his regular outfit. So unless you're getting them in both, like you have to pull the character, and once you have the character, now you have both outfits. It looks like you need to pull the character again for their second outfit, if that is the outfit that you want. Granted, another thing to note is that it does say you can retry it as many times as you like. Again, this is just for the beta. Don't look to... you can retry it as many times as you like, so don't look to when the actual game comes out to sit here and re-roll for 20 minutes on that same singular draw. It might not be here on release, but we do know, as far as the beta, we can do it as many times. Also, you can retry the tutorial's ability draw as many times as you like. These abilities make a big impact when starting out, so try to aim for your favorite character's abilities. And we can see, again, they didn't show the animation of the summon. And we can see that there are UR abilities here, where it looks to... I'll have to play the game to let you know exactly what these mean. But we can infer that the ones with the sword are attacking abilities, and the other ones might just be passive or just useful abilities to have, like the barrier or the warp, things of that nature. And you can see that you have the growth eggs down here, and you can retry as many times as you want. One thing to also note is that normally with these gacha games, it's locked to one SSR or UR, whatever the high rarity is when you do these multis. But we can see here that you there was two, so we might sit here and re-roll for a bit to make sure we have exactly the cards that we want, because we can get more than one UR. And yeah, that was it. This is them just letting us know it's fine to stream and post the game on social media, but review everything that can be done before you actually do it. But yeah, again, that was everything that you needed to know about Dissidia Duellum Final Fantasy. Beta does drop tonight. Please check your emails and check your spam to make sure you did get in. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got in. So just come through to the streams tonight. And let's figure out what this game actually is about. Until next time, see y'all.